Yeah, I know what you're thinking. You can get a job in the Middle East simply by trying or by magic, through others or by fluke. Remember that competition is everywhere. Some here, some there, but bam! Loy Machedo is the best.
All right, in this video, I'm going to give you my thoughts about Piers Morgan interviewing Andrew Tate in Romania. It seems apparently part 1, which was around 1 hour, 15 minutes. Okay, so I went through it, and what I've realized, and I'll share my thoughts with you, and you can let me know whether you think I'm right or wrong. Okay, and obviously the question will arise. Why are you talking about Andrew Tate, man? Let him go to hell, or, uh, Loy, you're speaking about Andrew Tate because you still want clout. The reason why I'm going to give you my thoughts about Andrew Tate, or why we are still discussing about him, is because he is a very powerful brand. He's a very powerful influence to quite a number of people. Whether you're aware of it or not, whether people share it with you or not, given that I have plenty of WhatsApp groups, quite a number of youngsters who watch Andrew Tate's content, I know what kind of influence and how deep is the influence. So it is very necessary to talk about such an individual, because if you don't give them a perspective, they can be a cult-like following, which can result in many people making wrong choices, many people destroying their lives. Okay, and if you do not know, which I'm pretty sure you'll know, I'm not a very big fan of Andrew Tate. I'm not, one of his fans, but I do admire what he has done for his personal brand. 1 second, just have a cold. Okay, I'm not a very big fan of his teachings. I'm not a very big fan of his character, his personality. But I'm a very big fan of his ability to leverage social media to create this persona or this personal brand. And because I'm into personal branding, I have nothing but admiration for someone who has achieved such a success. But yes, it's always questionable, how did he do it? Okay, so put your thoughts and comments down below and let me know what do you think. All right. In case you're new to the channel, my name is Loy Machedo. I'm a personal branding strategist. I help people get well-paying jobs in Dubai, UAE, also Saudi, Qatar, Bahrain, Oman. And people book my services for coaching, consulting, whether it is personal issues, professional problems. They want a different point of view. They book my services. Details are put down below. Okay. So I've watched part 1. Let me just check. Is there a part 2 of this? This part 1. Okay, I think there is a part 2. I'm not too sure. Okay, I'm not too sure. But if there is a part 2, then maybe I'll watch it. And if I feel, but I'm just copy pasting this into the browser just to see, is there a part 2? There is part 1. Okay. I think there is a part 2. Okay. So I'm not too sure whether what he's going to speak, but I'll give you a summary of what he has spoken here. Okay. So the first observation that I had when I was watching it is, it's the same old bullshit. Same old, the Matrix is against me. The Matrix tried to destroy me. The Matrix is afraid of me. I mean, every single question that he is not able to answer or articulate or give facts or evidence, he immediately uses his crutch word, which is the Matrix. If he'll talk about COVID vaccine, if he talks about him being censored, if he talks of him being deplatformed, if he talks about how people have misunderstood him, everything bad is the Matrix. And he is like Keanu Reeves, the Neo, the hero, that will fight against the matrix. That was my first observation. The second thing is, which I kind of noticed, is this is without a doubt one of his most emotionally charged interviews. In fact, he was actually deteriorating. He was raising his voice, he was being loud. In fact, in between, even Piers Morgan even said, "Relax, this is not a MGM trailer," because the way he was going bombastic or screaming, it didn't sound like a conversation. It didn't sound like an interview. It sounded like he's making a presidential speech or some kind of movie, like, you cannot touch me, you cannot do this. Like, whoa, 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 just relax. Take it easy, man. Yeah. So he was emotionally charged. Maybe it could be one of those days, because if you check his interview and compare it to Candace Owens, he was very cool, calm, composed there. But here he was screaming. Number three is the whole interview of Piers Morgan and Andrew Tate. I don't know if Andrew Tate was even aware that this would happen. It was more of Andrew Tate justifying and having to prove that he's a good guy, having to prove that he's a nice person, having to prove that like the Matrix is against him. There was absolutely zero value that this interview offered anyone who watches, other than, like one of my friends said, it is entertainment. It's just entertainment of a controversial character. I was watching it more to see, is there a difference? And I'll tell you the next point. Point number 4 is, it has lost its freshness. In fact, I'll share with you a graph. Let's see if I can put it. The Google Trends, if you actually see Google Trends, Andrew Tate, from being the world's most searched individual, today is totally irrelevant compared to his peak. It was like a graph that was going right up. It goes like right up, right to the top, and then it goes down, straight down, and then it goes just flat line, and now it's moving closer to the base to almost zero. So he's really losing relevance. He's losing that freshness, that fresh new face, or that fresh new, like, before, when he was taking it was like something new, something novel, something like, wow, exciting. Now it's becoming predictable and boring. In fact, any interview that you listen to Andrew Tate, he will come out with the same old crappy nonsense about the Matrix, about he'll bring up real world issues like transgenderism, COVID vaccination, the new world order, the typical, like, body positivity, mutilation of children, real issues, okay? Men not having confidence. But then his solution is like, one is, you don't have the character or the credentials, or forget the credentials. Your past record of pimping other women, of making money through webcam sex, doesn't qualify you to lecture others on how they can earn money or be successful. It's like Mia Khalifa, like I've said this before, Mia Khalifa giving advice to women to be women of character, substance, and to protect their body and not offer it. She herself is doing that. Okay. And the other thing is, now that he has converted to Islam, he is like, towards the end of that interview, Piers Morgan asked him, so you made your money through pimping women, through webcam sex, and it was totally mutual consent, like you both agreed. Is that moral? He asked him this question, is it moral, yes or no? The guy didn't answer the question directly. He went on and on and on until Piers Morgan cornered him and finally asked him, is it moral? Is it moral? He said, as per my standards of today, as per Islam and this and that. But when I look back, means he didn't give a definite yes or no. He just goes on and on and on to justify what he has to say. And then, in the most sheepish, cowardice kind of answer, he said, after I converted to Islam, the Shadda or something like that has absolved me of all my sins of the past. Number five, which I found was a massive red flag, massive. He has not revealed how he's making money. He has not revealed how much money he has. He has not revealed his sources of income. He has not revealed he has children. He has not revealed how many children. I'm not asking for the identity of the children. He has not revealed how many children he has, and that also from how many women. So, he cherry picks what he wants to share and cherry picks what he and chooses what he doesn't want to share. So, you have to only take him at face value. And here's the biggest thing of all. You can say it as number six. Nothing that he has shared or stated can be verified. I mean, for instance, he stated, I've made millions of, like, he said, I made some money out of the webcam sex business. Okay, online sale. But then when he kept being pressed by Piers Morgan, so how much money? He said some. How much money? Some. How much money? Some. And finally he said, is it millions? It could be some. He said, you have made millions. So he doesn't answer to the point, and then obviously he leaves it for people to use their imagination. Okay, must have made millions. So how do you verify this? Is it millions? Is it not millions? Now I know for Andrew Tate supporters, they'll say, yeah, it's none of anyone's business. Yeah, it is people's business because you're trying to portray yourself as a multimillionaire, as a successful guy, as this big shot, as this legend, as this alpha male. But then you're giving incomplete information. In fact, um, Piers Morgan even asked him, like, what do you think of men and women specifically who go to these dance festivals? He said they are sluts or they are whores or whatever. And then he said, you're forgetting. I even said men who show their bodies and they are dancing and they are sweaty. And then Piers Morgan turned the argument around and said, yeah, so for them to show their bodies is wrong, but you showing your body sitting near the pool and flexing, that is right. So he was not able to answer. And I think this was by far one of his worst interviews. Okay. And last, if not the least, point number 7, I think Andrew Tate has really, this is my opinion. Maybe I can be wrong. You can tell me. I feel now the internet world or the fans who are very fickle, they are very fickle minded. They will admire you one time and then they'll hate you the other time. I know a lot of people who used to literally worship him and now they speak against him. So people can be two-faced, especially fans. So now the big question is, what does Andrew Tate represent? Which is very confusing. Why should someone follow him? Nobody understands. If you're a multi-millionaire and all that, why do you need to have online courses from pimping women to getting women to bed? And now he's claiming that, no, it's a university to learn skills of money. Yeah, what money skills are you going to teach people when you made money pimping women? Like, what are you going to teach them? It's like a female, like, same Mia Khalifa. She made money by, let's say, doing porn, by showing her body on OnlyFans. And she's giving advice how to be successful in the corporate world through education. And I mean, does it make sense? I know. Many of you will say, yeah, then what do you, as a tattooed freak, know? I've worked in the corporate world. I've worked with corporates. I've worked with decision makers, not worked as an employee, consultant, and very closely with CEOs. Whether you believe me or not, it doesn't matter to me because, I mean, if you have to believe, you believe. You don't want to believe, it's none of my business. I don't care. My clients know what I offer them. So, like I was saying, let's not get into whether I can convince you or not. So, I worked in the corporate world. And after I got tattoos, after the age of 31, I was a consultant, I was a freelancer, I was having business tie ups with people. Now, just imagine, like, you remember In the beginning of the video, I said, my name is Loy Machedo. I'm a personal branding strategist. I help people get well-paying jobs in Dubai. Okay. Now, when someone challenges me, what the fuck do you know about Dubai? I've stayed there 40 years. I survived there 40 years. My parents are 55 years. My friends, relatives, some of them have been even 3 generations in UAE. So I do know something about UAE. And why did I say Saudi, Qatar, Bahrain, Oman? Because I have known people in these areas. I've been to these countries. But then have you noticed I never said India? India, which is like a 1 billion population, 1.4 billion, whatever. Have you noticed that even though people sometimes take my services who are based in Canada, US, I never focus like, I'll place you in very good companies in USA. No. You need to speak and preach and teach with where you have the experience, expertise, and a track record, and what you have done. So I only speak and share and educate people and charge money for what I've done. That is why I've refused cryptocurrency sponsorships, videos. That's why I never went into it. That's why when people ask me about engineering or should I become a doctor or this and that, I get customers, clients. I don't say yes to that. Okay. In the same way, Andrew Tate, who made his money through very questionable means, what values, what experience, what expertise can you offer someone who is studying to get a college degree, who is going to work a 9 to 5 job? I mean, literally look at him. He's smoking, putting a cigar in his mouth, half naked, sitting in the pool, girl giving him a massage. Come on, man. So overall, what I feel is there's a big question. Why should someone follow Andrew Tate? Why should someone subscribe to him? And why should he even be relevant? In fact, I clearly predicted this and I made videos. And I told you, Andrew Tate is on the decline. It's game over. And the very fact that now nobody talks about him. Like, in fact, the only thing they talk is, what are you doing? If you're convicted, and they just want to know, because he was a very big loud mouth. But that magic is gone. And one final thing, which I just want to share. I was very surprised that Piers Morgan asked him, so what you are sharing online, is it a persona or is it really you? And obviously he'll say, oh, this is really me. I was a man, I don't cry. Some of it was so cringe-worthy. Like, he asked him, did you cry when you got arrested? I never cried. Tears came out, but I never cried. I did 1,000 push-ups. Come on, man. Anyway, this has been my analysis and assessment of Andrew Tate's 1 hour, 15 minutes of video. I was nicely cleaning my pet's cage and washing the dishes and all that when listening to him. So thankfully, but then obviously I had to make this video, so I had to listen to him. So I continued the whole day doing something or another, because I cannot sit down and listen to him. He is not that kind of, he didn't offer me any value, but I wanted to listen and share it with you. So if there's a part 2, I will listen to it and see if there's any value. If there's any value, I'll make a video part 2 assessment. And if you are interested, you let me know. If not, I don't see any point. And if in case I don't think there's anything of value, I'll not make a video anyway. So let me know what you think. And yeah, do let me know, do you think Andrew Tate is still relevant, or is he outdated now? Is it like people are just bored of him? Because I know a lot of people who are just like, come on, man. He is just, I don't even know why the hell you're talking about it. People seriously ask me, they're like, who the fuck even listens to him? It's like that. Anyway, this is what I wanted to share with you. Let me know your thoughts, good, bad, ugly. And feel free to tell me where I'm wrong. Love to hear from you. This is me signing off. You guys take care.